Ben. Start of another season. I know you're quite an old hand at this now, but at the same time, do you still get that little level of excitement for the opening day? Do you still get the butterflies in your stomach?
Yeah, because I haven't done as many seasons as everyone else in professional football, have I? So every season just feels like I've only just started. So even though you make me feel a bit old, I don't feel that old. I still feel good and healthy. So yeah, we're ready to go now.
I was trying to be respectful to say you're an experienced season pro now, honestly. But with all that in mind, though, the start of every season always brings expectation, doesn't it? And this season, because of the signings that you've made, because of the league that you're in, there is expectation on the team this season, isn't there?
Yeah, I think even if, say, for example, which wouldn't have happened, no signings come in, I think you'd still have expectations on the squad we had last year because it was such a good squad. Yeah, we didn't finish in a good position. We ended up getting relegated. We've got to forget about that now and move forward. But with the signings that have come in, you can see what the gaffer and the club are aiming for, and that's the sole focus for us coming into season.
From someone who's been on the training pitch with these guys and played with them in friendlies now, what can you tell the people who are listening and watching this about those new lads, what they're like and how they've managed to integrate into the group?
Yeah, I think they've done well integrating with everyone, and they've probably found it a bit, wouldn't say hard. It's some lads have picked up niggles and haven't been out there every day. Some lads have been out there every day. So I think it's still hard to see what sort of players they are. It'll probably take a few weeks for us all to see that because I think it's different pre-season games. They probably won't get as many minutes as they want with other lads needing to be topped up. But they all seem good lads, work hard, want to learn. So I think that's the main thing for us is that they want to be out there working hard. The pitch is probably a shock to some lads of how big it is, but I think with the pre-season we've had, it's going to benefit us loads because of how fit we are.
Looking at kind of your role within it, you've played lots of different roles now, haven't you, over the last couple of years or so. Do you kind of feel the way in which the team's been set up in pre-season and what is that something that you're looking forward to? Because you have got a bit more licence to get forward, haven't you now?
Yeah, but I think we've got so many options in so many areas. A lot of attacking ones as well as defensively and in the midfield we can change it up and play different formations. So yeah, look, there's a lot of competition at the moment. The gaffer's probably still thinking of what would be his strongest 11 with lads, like I said, picking up niggles and stuff. So yeah, we've worked on stuff where like you said, I've probably played a lot of positions, but it's the same with all lads. It's still finding the right balance and positions that lads are going to be strongest in this season.
Last time you were at this level was obviously a promotion season, but you did have quite a slow start because you'd had a big rebuild in the summer. Without trying to put you on the spot, is that a kind of similar situation this year because of the number of players that you brought in? Can it take time for players like that to gel together into a good team?
Yeah, I think it could take time as well if you change your formation, the way you're playing. It can take you a few weeks. Obviously, the aim is to get off flying straight away. I don't think any team looks at we've brought 10, 11, 12, 13 players in or 2 players and think we'll have a slow start. I think the aim is to get off quick and keep it consistently over the season. You don't want to get flying and drop off. So, yeah, I hope it doesn't. I hope we get off flying. We'll wait and see for Saturday, won't we?
Goal scoring midfielders are hard to come by in this division. We know your reputation is as one in this league now. Does that give you a bit more confidence when you go into games because you know that this is a league where you're likely to get chances, and if you're in the right position, you're going to be a threat to other teams? Does that kind of help you in some ways?
Probably to an extent, but I feel like I got chances when we were in the league above. I get chances and it's about taking them. I can't slash at opportunities. I've got to make sure I'm taking them really. But I think we've got a lot of lads from a lot of positions now who are going to chip in with a lot of goals, what I'm seeing so far. So I think that's going to be a massive help this year.
Do you feel yourself, for your experience of playing in League One now, do you feel you're a much better player in this League Two team than you were in maybe the one that went up?
I'd be a fool to say I don't feel like I've improved every year. I feel like I'm always improving. Like I said at the start, I come into it later than others. I didn't come through an academy, so I'm learning every day with new coaches, new opinions of people. So yeah, I do feel like I've got stronger as a player, but I haven't been in League Two for 2 years, so that could have got stronger. So we know what type of teams, clubs, the way people play and stuff in that league. So it's going to be tough, but I feel like everyone's ready for the challenge.
managers talked about having a connection with supporters as well. You've obviously had that for quite a while now because you've even got your own song. But have you felt that when you were on the pitch, even throughout the bad times as well, is that you personally, that the supporters have really connected with you and you've enjoyed that?
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? When you like you said about the song, when I first heard that, I think it was Hartlepool away when we went up. It was boss. I've never had that experience before, so that was obviously good. But like in the tough times, it is tough to be a supporter and be so positive. You know, it's the same with us. We've got to try and be positive while we're still playing, even though we're in a bit of a rut. I've been a fan watching Liverpool when they weren't doing well, and it's tough to be positive. So I completely understand the frustration. It's just obviously when you do have the positivity, you've sort of got to ride it out with the negativity as well, and just keep level-headed. Don't get too high and too low, and just focus on your job when you're on the pitch, which is what the fans want to see. Is you work hard, you give everything, and hope that the result comes with it. If it doesn't, when we go over and clap the fans, you'll see the appreciation. But I think it's if you probably don't look like you've put it in, or you maybe not give you 100%, which I don't think any of the lads will do that. I think that's when you probably see more frustration and a result.
No, at the end of the day, though, you know, it's cyclical. You've got to give them something to be entertained about and want to come and watch. But at the same time, I suppose you can feed off them, can't you? If they're positive with you and they give you that encouragement, that can make you a better team in some ways.
Yeah, like, it's funny the way you said that. I was listening to a podcast this morning a bit like about within the entertainment business, and it's you wouldn't want to come and watch not a nice way of playing or any not high energy, in which a lot of teams are playing. And it was the Rob Edwards, is that his name, the Luton manager. He was saying about when he went up to the Prem of how they had to change, and he wanted to create an entertainment for the fans. He didn't want them to just come and support them because they were travelling in boss numbers away from home, because it was the first year in the Prem. It was a good experience for them. You know, that I think that's the main thing for us. We've got to make sure we're entertaining, but at the same time, I think results also matter as well. It can't just be about playing this way of playing, whatever it is, whatever fans want to see. You still need to win, because that'll only last so long, where it's nice to watch, but at the end of the day, we're in a results business as well as the entertainment, if you want to say that.
Lastly, Salford is a team that, again, knows this division well. They always tend to spend quite a bit of money and create a good team. What are you expecting from that game at the weekend?
Oh, there'll be a tough side. We've had quite a few tough games against them. They've got really good players. I think the new manager was the ex-Oxford manager, weren't he? And they were obviously a good side when we were in League One. So yeah, it'll be a tough day. I think the first day of the season's always a bit of a cat and mouse, isn't it? Waiting for someone to make a mistake. But yeah, I think it's just about us going in there and sort of implementing the way we play to them, and sort of try and take the game to them a bit.